We did have an old email here that I just happened to look up. It kind of fits in with tonight. It was a response to the episode Classic Mistakes Modern Women Make. And it comes to us from LifeSave number 426. Your mistakes modern women make short was damned hilarious. Takes me back to the eve of my own impending divorce. Now, the day I was issued a number, I mentioned that my reasoning for divorcing the ex was to protect her from what I was about to do. But she initiated it. Her reasonings had nothing at all to do with any of that. And she knew I was about to turn 8 people's homes into a gas chamber. She would have tried to stop me. In fact, her not just saying, we should divorce, was what kept those pieces of shit safe. And in all honesty, the likely only reason we're not on bad terms now is because she did her best in her capacity as my own daughter's stepmother to provide mothering for her in absence of my own kids. Good for jack shit mother. You have a type, sir. She didn't have to do that. She could have very easily said, fuck this shit, I'm out. However, her reasoning was because she thought I was cheating on her. No, they say that to excuse the wretched shit that they do.
Correct.
And all I can say is this, I nearly did. And the closer I got to doing it, the harder it became. I loved her and felt like she didn't love me back. In my letter to you two, Blake had mentioned she might have been one of the better ones. And, well, I think when you read this, Blake, you'll see that she wasn't like your wife in the end. Oh, I didn't think she was anything like my wife. I'm just saying, like, she didn't have to be a good stepmom to your daughter when shit hit the fan. What sealed it for her was, one night about T-minus 1 month from D-Day, one of my gaming friends drunk called me in the middle of the night, and this was a woman, mind you, giving me all the details about her life that I am not going to repeat here, but were things that she never would have told me sober. Yeah, this is a woman who knows she doesn't have platonic male friends and, just keeps them all around for that 11, 15, itch that she would like to have internally scratched, if you know what I mean. About how she wanted me to slip her the 10D all the way down to the bools. And mind you, I didn't want any more trouble at home. I told her to go to sleep, talk about this when you sober up. Well, the wife heard the call and made the assumption that call was from a lover, and we all know when you make assumptions, you make an ass out of you and some guy named Umptions, which really has nothing to do with me at all. That was her excuse. The truth, from my false sexual harassment accusations, it made me a pariah in my community, and everyone found out about it. Getting rehired anywhere local was impossible. Despite me putting in hours and days and tons of research into looking for another job, it just wasn't happening. She was of the impression that I wasn't doing anything. I was also a college student, again, going for an engineering degree because I design things, and I always have. Even 40 years ago when I was 10, my mom kept buying me erector sets, better than erection sets. Yeah. That's a very Oedipal thing. And I had to have had enough of those things, and even I had some of the motorized ones. I made some incredible shit with them. Any slut. It all boiled down to, you lost your job, and now it's time to lose everything else you care about. To her credit, she never believed the false accusations. Well, that's a plus.
Okay.
She just made up some of her own.
Wow.
I don't believe what they said about you, but you cheated on me. You walking eggplant. If you two could see who cast those allegations, you would know I wouldn't have touched any of those whores with Riggs's dick, much less my own. Every last one of them was a fat, ugly whore, including 2 coal burners, and that's a deal breaker for me. All those things for clarity. She also never understood the uphill fight against the kangaroo courts of the corporations either. And until you faced it, you never truly know. They're even less fair than family and divorce courts. They should be outlawed, and those who advocate for it put to the sword. Those who advocate for it have no choice but to die. So they're also breaking a commandment at the same time.
That's not a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah. You remember that Florida bitch who stood up in front of the state legislature and said, there is no proof saying that 2 parents are in a child's best interest.
Wow.
Except all of them.
Except
there's
literally
a whole bunch
all of
of
them.
empirical evidence, but sure, you feel it, so why not?
Yeah, let's just disregard all the crime stats.
I don't care about facts or anything like that. How can I twist it?
Yeah. Facts, those are those things, that pieces of paper that come over the phone line, right?
Listen, your facts are alternating reality, not to my benefit, so I don't like them. So I'm going to dismiss them.
Oh! In this letter is an attachment of a meme that I sent to the ex via text. I made this one, by the way, specifically for her. Yeah, I took a shocked Pikachu face clip from the Detective Pikachu movie, whatever the fuck it was called, I forget, and I got the shocked Pikachu face. And it says, my face when a wife who hasn't put out for 3 years discovers her husband cheated on her. And she didn't even get it. that I was slamming her for being a frigid quantaha in our marriage.
Actually, a sexless marriage is a slow motion divorce.
Yes,
Yep.
it is. And a sexless marriage usually means that you're the only one not getting sex,
Mm-hmm.
the man. Just
Any relationship, really. Intimate
Yep.
relationship.
She sends a reply, well, if they weren't putting out for their husbands for that long, they're probably being a whore and getting it somewhere else. Think about it. To be fair, I didn't just pull that 3-year thing out of my ass. I did that on purpose, just like I do with everything. Well, if anything is up your ass, you should remove it with
Immediately.
yeah, with prejudice, extreme prejudice. I'm just saying. And that's why you should never get back together with your ex, because that's like taking an MRE shit and then trying to shove it back in. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Just saying. It's a bad idea.
There's
for
people who've
anybody.
remarried their ex-wives and husbands.
Yeah, those guys are double idiots.
Yeah,
doing?
that's a double dose of dumbass.
It's an idiot squared.
Yes, it is. Idiota. It's an idiota 10t to the second power. Ugh. She didn't give me any affection for 3 years. And while she would say, it was because of what happened at work when you lost your job. 1, 2, 3. Bullshit! It was happening longer than that. When you have a girlfriend that you bang regularly and sucks your diaka all the way to completion every day, whether you want it or not, marry her and immediately see all those things fall to the wayside. It is then you realize the sex was to get the ring. And after that, you're fucked. Figuratively, not literally.
You inoculated her with wedding cake. Big mistake.
Or at least it was in my case, he says. It was almost like she thought she won and no longer needed to care if I had wandering eyes, which I didn't. I'm the sort of man who never shares his women with anyone, not even another woman, and I'm perfectly content with hitting the same snatch in perpetuity. Anyhow, that conversation went a direction she didn't want it going. I kept track of when I last got my diaka wet, and I'll say this now to any of the women who hate watch pop culture. Take notes, ladies. If you need a calendar to track the last time you banged your husband, you deserve to get fucked around on. I'm not saying it's right, though I will say I condone it, and for fuck's sakes, guys, don't get caught or knock a bitch up if you do.
I think you should just change the divorce laws to at fault and let guys divorce as opposed to cheat.
Yeah.
Like my uncle, I think that my aunt and my uncle stayed together solely for money. He never left because of that. And I see those two, and like removing myself as a family member and looking at it objectively, I just feel really sad for both of them. It's
Yeah.
just really, really sad. They were those
It's
types
really
that
sad.
I did it on paper.
Yeah.
I did it on paper.
Yeah.
Fine.
And it's
I just
kinda,
wanted good insurance.
it's kind of sad. And that's most people.
Yeah,
It is.
it is most people.
I cannot condone cheating in any way, shape, or form.
I can't
'cause
either.
I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. It fucking sucked. Just leave.
Yeah.
That's right.
And there are states where if you can prove infidelity of any
still-
kind
yeah.
or a frigid marriage, it's done.
Yeah.
Everybody walks away with what they have and not a penny more.
Once they cheat or they start like talking to they go like starting to the past or keeping the options around,
Listen,
it's just the attention is diverted from you.
Yep.
I get it. But like when I did my research and I've, looked into what my ex was doing, she was literally getting a forest of cock run through that wood chipper.
6 to 8 inches at a time.
Yeah, and there's no coming back from that.
Nope.
Nah. No, it's like I said with my ex-wife. Once I found out
Oh,
for
God.
certain, I was just like,
I got
it
you.
wasn't. It's like I didn't even hate her or resentful. It's just like I'm legitimately
Done.
I don't want to fuck you anymore. Good luck to you. Take care. Sayonara.
Stand by. What's going on? You're making that face.
Well, you've been using that metaphor for years to describe your ex. And this is the first time that my brain took the extra step into the weeds to say, I hope he didn't eat the mulch as it came out.
No, wasn't me, but it was probably somebody else.
It's dirty and full of wood.
A
Minerals.
couple people at the same time.
I
Don't get them sued.
don't want to get him sued, man. He continues, just because I, in the end, didn't cheat, that doesn't make me some fucking hero. Actually, it make you the opposite of a fucking hero.
It's respectable.
That makes me a tool and a fool. On the 1 year since I last got a piece, I just point blank asked her, "Are you banging somebody else?" And she said she wasn't, and I believe her now, because if she did, she'd have admitted it to me by now. No,
No.
you are sorely mistaken.
Yeah.
Unless you have hardcore evidence, no pun
They'll
intended,
never
or you
admit.
catch them in the act, it's never happening.
Yep. When you know, you know.
To this day, my horse chick still will not admit that she cheated. And I caught her.
Yep.
I had the evidence. I literally talked to the dude who was she was cheating on me with. And well, we just never had sex. I'm like,
Get the hell out of here.
fuck off.
All right.
Amazing. When she followed it up with, there's only one person who would ask that. Bullshit, woman. I'll tell you another someone who might want to know besides someone who is cheating and just hopes you are too. Someone who hasn't seen his own wife's pussy for so long, he doesn't remember what the fucking thing even looks like. The beauty of it was, phrasing, when I sent her that meme, it forced her to say, you know what, I fucked up. Yeah, you did. And you realized it about 15 years too damn late. At any rate, it was Valentine's Day 2010, and the last time I cared about another woman. I was 37 then, so at least I wasn't like 17. And that particular Hallmark holiday, I had a whole keg of offs for it to fuck.
Nice.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporters Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.